What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the defender of Is It Virginity. Welcome to another episode of Point and Laugh, the magic show where I make you a better deck builder and a worse person by means of talking over you. This week, we've got a blue deck that's copying your homework before sitting on you with a large woman. After that, Be Gay, Do Crime has been downgraded to Kiss Men, Commit Misdemeanors, and we are going to fix them. Finally, we've got a colorless deck that actually just cooks. I don't have a joke. This one's really cool, you guys. Thank you all for being here. For everybody who subscribes to this video, I will take one rewatch of Ice Age off the annual corporate calendar. Mango! Do not get your hopes up. Without further ado, Drivetrain has sent in a silly, spooky list. Marchesa Diamati, a filthy criminal? You better believe it. So this is OTJ Crimes deck. Rewards us for interacting with our opponents, and that's exactly what Marchesa and her horde of goons tries to do here. Crime payoffs, a ton of interaction, and several repeatable crime generators. Gives us both card advantage and a full grave that we can then cheat back out through reanimation. I'd like to keep the deck at bracket 2. The current win con is finding a big enough, scary enough creature and getting them back. I'm not sure if there's other things I'm missing, but any help finding more crime-tastic or complementary stuff to do would be awesome. Amazing. I love decks like this. Let's see what you have for us. Cold storage. Okay, so we have a little bit of tutoring. You know, I'm not gonna say this is inappropriate for bracket 2. I doubt you need it with a commander this good. Maybe if the rest of the deck is awful. Oh, pretend I didn't say that. Crime does in fact pay. I gotta open the stream deck so I can vine boom you. Crime does in fact pay. Minimum wage, I guess. All right, we got a guy we can get back. I'm immediately suspicious. If I see Blood Artist, I'm gonna freak out. It's a recursion of a shitty guy, of a 7-Eleven clerk. I don't want to recur him. Leave him. All right, Duelist of the Mind. Whenever you commit a crime, you may draw. If you do, discard a card. Okay, we really like Thunder Junction. Crime does in fact pay. Poorly. Mango, I need poorly. Edited it in post on top of that. Magda the Horde Master. This one. Yes. Yes. Crime on opponent's turn. I get a treasure. If I have nothing to do with my mana, I get a guy. That's fine. Arvek. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Good. Nimble Brigand. Can't be blocked. Deals combat damage. That's not great, but that's bracket 2 appropriate. We want Thunder Junction to be the hero. Okay. Rattleback. Creature gains menace or lifelink. We're back to minimum wage. Gisa, hedge fund manager. This is incredible. This is the best crime card in the deck, bar none. So on crime, we get some guys. Marauding Sphinx, Surveil 2. Very normal. Hey, 7-Eleven clerk is a noble profession. Yeah, but we're going to war, Drivetrain. Draw, partner. Hilarious pun, not card draw, but kind of. This guy rocks. Yeah, free crime, great card draw engine, nobody's ever sacrificing shit. I don't know what a Lucre is and I don't want to be canceled. All reasonable, that's cute. Free crime, I like that. Get out of jail free. Okay, so we can reanimate, then we have reanimate with threshold, which we're hitting threshold in this deck, so I believe in it. That is all our card draw, Lord Xavier, but our command zone is very good card draw. I'm okay with this deck having very little card draw because, quite frankly, in bracket 2, if somebody shoots Marchesa on sight, they're crazy. There was no save in that game. If somebody sees a 3-mana 3/4 that's like a little bit of a draw engine in bracket 2 and is like, we gotta get him! They hate you. So Marchesa's drawing all the cards. Marchesa's also filling our graveyard. It is okay that this deck is relatively low on card selection, and I'm glad that it's high on cards that can do stuff with the creatures that we put in the bin. Restart sequence. Okay. More reanimation. More reanimation. More reanimation. Yes, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Okay. I still don't understand what the fuck Greg is doing here. Do we have leave the battlefield triggers? Is this the Duck Edict effects? Goon Squad. Are these all our crimes? Excellent. Hilarious. A+. A+. I love this. Terrible. Terrible. Fine. Terrible. Yes. Okay. Excellent. Yes. This is an amazing bracket 2. Amazing bracket 2 crimes right here. And you're going to hell. All right. My fault. I didn't recognize your game. Going to hell. My fault. All right. Whatever. Hey, have a good one. Perfectly normal non-criminal behavior. Hell yes. Take out the trash. Is this green play? I'm not going to say this isn't any. I'm just saying You said metric shit ton to me. You said the words metric shit ton. Brother. Brother. I love this guy. He's in my VV deck. I don't know if you can afford him. I mean, I guess you're gonna reanimate, so that's fine. That's okay. I do like free crime trigger. 37 lands, that's normal. Okay, so what I love about this deck, 90% of it, I like that we have all of these not commonly played, pretty bad engines that if we combined enough, this is actually a little bit fucked up. Like once you get 2 or 3 of these on the board, nobody else has utility creatures anymore. That's pretty effective. Like nobody gets Llanowar Elves. The Spellslinger player doesn't get a Goblin Electromancer. That's actually pretty impactful. What I dislike is, I think much like the start your engines mechanic from Aether Drift, our ramp up is underwhelming at the top end. We only have maybe 2 guys that I think are properly imposing at the top end of our deck, and that is Ancient Brass Dragon and Archon of Cruelty. Magmatic Force is very fun, but if your deck is not based around copying, Magmatic Force is not a highly compelling threat. He's just hilarious and annoying. So what I would recommend is we need to up our game. Right now, we are the world's most wanted taker of candy from babies, and we need to start doing some like Ocean's 11 stuff. And we do genuinely need something that is going to empower your top end. The middle section of your deck looks extremely effective. See, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna skip my land drop because I'm a little bitch. Look at that. Oh, I love magic. Oh, I love magic. Anyway, and now let me also drive home the point. This is hilarious and awesome. Now everybody hates us, and it's not actually going to take over the game. It's going to throw around a little bit of damage. It's going to catch the first removal spell there is, and then we're tough. So we want more creatures that are actually going to be able to take over the game once you lay them down. And so like Valgavoth can do that. The life swing is huge. The ward cost is basically unplayable, or unpayable. Sorry, my apologies. And so who else can we get into the goon? We need a Bane. Like, we have the Joker, we have 18 fucking Riddlers, we need our Banes. Oh, Arden is a tremendous shout for this. Because this is a crime, and it's going to make us big motherfuckers. This is a crime, this is a guy we can reanimate, he looks just as, he's got the same aesthetic as Marchesa does. Very excellent, so I would recommend him. So we don't want to do token copying. So that's going to cut out a lot of the other fun stuff like Ortheon, Hero of Lava Brink. What else could we do? Let me go to Creature. Let me go to Target. Clearly we put Orcish Bowmasters in here. I agree with you that Hullbreaker Horror is not very bracket 2. I think Terror of the Peaks would be good and can be argued as bracket 2, but it's also like very pumpkin spice latte. So if you don't want to do that, I also get you. But he is also from the set. Inferno Titan's great. Yeah, free crime. Well, Inferno Titan's okay. Big guy, free crime on ETB and on attack. If we don't like terror, I will recommend you take the other dragon that Whitebread is cheering for. I love this guy. Little freak. I love this little freak. This gives you a big bomb if you've reanimated anything else. It gives you some removal. Sphinx Ambassador, I do not believe commits a crime. I think Sphinx Ambassador gets fucked for the exact same reason as Lord of the Void did. Yeah, it is that players. You'd never target anything. Combustible Gear Hulk, I think, is also a little bit too normal. Okay, what about Dracuseth as another lateral move from Terror of the Peaks? Because this is big guy, on attack, I get a shitload of crimes, and I get a shitload of damage. And I can use this for either creature control, or I can just bang, 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 bang. Exactly, 3 in 1 crime. Because this isn't even 1 or more. This is like 3 triggers, pay 3, flip through 6 cards in your deck. So I like Dracuseth. Don't think we need any of those guys. We got Ancient Brass already. Hostage Taker is an unfortunately good card. I do think we need big guys, Toaster, so I'm going to say no to Fury. I do think what this deck needs, especially in bracket 2, like we don't need a 20-20 in bracket 2, but we do need at least a couple 7/7s. Yeah, Hostage Taker is also very on theme. That's one of the more like annoying and popular cards that like we are doing Manic Pixie Dream Deck if we don't want to play it. Eldrazi talking to me like the damn Green Goblin mask. Calm down, Thoggers. I like this deck. I think this is dope. I will say I understand and respect you for it. I'm putting you on the YouTube short behavior slide of the slope because you saying my Grixis criminal empire does not have any bribery is gonna make me lose my mind. But I get why. Go off, king. These videos are almost entirely subsidized by my Patreon community, so a special thank you to Vanilla Bean Ice Cream, Eclectic Waste, Katya Marg, Christian B, Adam S, Solar Movie, Kyle, Chemical Pine, Alpha Dog 2064, Zelenor, Otterfire, Fun, ... Phelan, Believe, Torben T, Bobby Joe Lord, Bradley T, Bo, Beefcake, and Silky Wilkie. I appreciate every last one of you. I'll have what you're having. I love clones. I want to make clones every turn, building up value by cloning my ramp, my card draw, and my removal, and win the game by cloning something multiple times to overwhelm, or improvising something off cloning an opponent's creature. Okay. Okay. So what's our commander? Sakashima the Imposter. Excellent. Remember what we said about if your whole gimmick is copying other people's homework, they get to turn it in first? I'm not optimistic. I will give you a moment to cook, but I am not optimistic in mono blue clones only. 11 clones, you at least have the best one. 9 copies, you at least have the best 2. That was a cool art, goddamn. 11 draw, responsible. 38 lands, responsible. Mana, what is this? Tap target creature you control, add an amount of colorless mana equal to that creature's casting cost to your mana pool? What the fuck? We've had this? You knew about this the whole time, and you didn't fucking email me? Holy shit, that's incredible. Okay, I believe in that. Semblance Anvil, my god. Removal. So bounce, counter, bounce, bounce. So we're bouncing so we can bounce our own clones. Win cons. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that'll do it. Sure, I tutor for Kozilek. We're stretching a bit. Okay. So we can talk about like bracket 2, bracket 3. I think a core problem is going to be if the only thing we can do is clone, we're going to have a hard time escaping bracket our own asshole. Bracket my armpit. And I've not showered in a bit. I will not deny 5 copies of Summon Bahamut. Yeah, you're winning. You're winning. I do think that is probably Christmas Dreamland. I do think that is like the best case scenario is I cast Summon Bahamut, I kick Rite of Replication, and that either requires me to have ramped relatively effectively, holy fuck what a crazy spell, ramped relatively effectively, or the game has gone on a very, very long time. So I'm not going to say I hate the concept, but I would love for us to have a little bit more confidence in our proactive game plan. Bracket 2 decks, this is definitely a bracket 2 deck. Bracket 2 decks benefit a lot from being able to be proactive rather than having to wait for you to play something good. The ways we could get more proactive while still being stupid and bad. I'm presuming we have experimented with Vesuvan Duplimancy. This is a clone. I mean, it's a self-cloning, but again, that's switching from reactive to proactive. I don't think we need High Tide. Because the big problem is the best creature in our deck, we need multiple of for a good thing to happen. That is the problem I want to confront. There is no creature we can play where if I play it by myself, I feel confident. There are 2 creatures we can play where if I got 2 of them, I would feel confident. And that's Kozilek and Bahamut. There are 4 total creatures we could play, where if I had 5 of them, I would feel confident. And that's Valifor, Shiva, Kozilek, Bahamut. But that is 4 creatures in the entire deck that only make me feel confident if we draw the best cloning effect in the entire deck. So other things that can make it more possible for us to draw our 4 really good assholes and multiply them is Vesuvan Duplimancy. I do like the call for Imposter Syndrome. It does seem genuinely evil to have Shiva clone itself and tap you and continually tap you down as I clone it again and again by hitting you. I can understand us not having the other Sakashima in the command zone because we want to be able to clone other people's things. I don't understand why we don't have other Sakashima in our 99 though. Oh true, it is non-token, so we do have to have the OG hitting them over and over, but I think that's very possible. Then it becomes worse with Shiva and Valafor. It's still amazing with Kozilek. It's still pretty good with Bahamut. Oh, that's very hot. Ooh, yes. I like this. This is some inevitability. Thank you, Solemn. This is what we need. This gets our homework to the front of the class. So there's Vesuvian Duplimancy, there's Followed Footsteps, there's Imposter Syndrome. Let me look, there's an evil card that does it. Oh, but this is only we control, which I realize is not what we want to do. Let me see just how this plays so far. We have C double already. Oh lord, not fucking Halmar Depth. So I go 1, 2, 3. Who do I want on top? I mean, Shiva's my only creature that does anything, so it's probably her, but also ramp. So I get land to top, I do Gardens, I go Pilferer. Huzzah! I go Bam, I go Kozilek's Unsealing. Huzzah! I shut the fuck up forever. I go Semblance Anvil, and I will put the enchantment creature under it. So I get enchantments and I get creatures, right? Now I have 3 mana, but my creatures cost less. So it's turn 5, by the way. I have a 2/1. I have a 2/1 and a lot of fucking setup. But I can spend 2 mana on Gigantoplasm. So the best thing on the board, I have 1. And I make 2 0/1s. Cookery, everybody out of the kitchen. Cookery. If there are 2 good things on the board, I can turn one of these spawns into my commander. Cookery. Now my next turn. I got about fuck all to do. Well, actually, no, I can cast Eldrazi Conscription because I exiled an enchantment creature. That's it. Oh no. If Gigantoplasm's big, I go Eldrazi Conscription. Yes, and then, like, they might be able to kill me, but who cares? At this point, I've won. So, this is a play out of the deck I like quite a lot. Importantly, I like it because we had Eldrazi fucking Conscription. And so Eldrazi Conscription is not going to serve the exact same function as Vesuvian Duplimancy, Followed Footsteps, or Imposter Syndrome, but what it is an example of, this is a thing I will play that is going to turn my game plan up to 8, up to 9. We're not going to 11, but up to 8 or 9. And those cards, hyper important in a deck like this. I think we are skating up until the thing like Eldrazi Conscription comes down. The Semblance Anvil is very clever. The Kozilek's Unsealing is very clever ramp that I will applaud you for to get us some spawns off of every clone we do. I do worry about the density of the Eldrazi Conscription-esque effects. I still have meaningful concerns about how much we can get done if somebody does not walk into our open jaws. If you are happy with that, I am happy with that, because some of the interactions you get to do with this deck are very, very funky and very, very fresh. But I do think there exists multiple runouts in which nothing happens ever. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me think. Which ones, if I was going to recommend we make changes, what's going to be the worst ones? Yeah, that was my problem. Can easily just sit there the whole game. So if we want to fix that problem, the lowest hanging fruit, if you don't want to change the direction of the deck at all, is we identify who are my B+ players. Who are the guys that are pretty good, but are not absolutely perfect, and those become things like stock up. This is like it is a very inoffensive card to cast. Like it's good, it's solid, it's not shitting in anybody's Cheerios, it's not pissing in anybody's leftover Olive Garden. So nobody's gonna freak out just because you cast a good card draw spell. So if we look at all of our copy effects and we go like, okay, well in practice, Sculpting Steel hasn't done that much for me. Sculpting Steel becomes stock up and now your turn 3 play, rather than looking at this card with a vague feeling of longing in your heart, is you go 5 deep to find the C double, or to find the Kozilek, or to find the thing that actually gets the job done. And then you can rinse and repeat with all of the like best cards that you have for card selection, which is also going to be consult the star charts. We got enough lands that we're not really going to be missing. And then we just put everything. I'm willing to change anything, including the commander. I thought about maybe Orvar, Kyrie, or Leonardo da Vinci. So if we're doing Orvar, you're changing the whole deck. I'm going to keep it so real with you. There is an Orvar deck is totally self-involved. You are playing with yourself, you are diddling all of the time. Maximum speed self-play. Let's see about Kyrie. I think this is also a very different deck. I think this is a deck that would utilize a lot of copying effects, but you would probably be a more generic mono blue shithead player. And then the other suggestion, Leonardo da Vinci. Ah, right. The Thopter Man. Ye Old Boeing Industries. I would not recommend Da Vinci because this is more based on like intruder alarm combos. His reputation precedes him. He is too much. This is like high power combo deck that involves creating copies of things, but it's more of a like hee hee hoo hoo I've drawn my whole library type deck than it is I'm making a bunch of funny clones. I actually think that, so if you want to take from other people's boards, if that's a big part of your dopamine activation, is you going, wow, that's so cool. I do actually believe in this Sakashima as the commander. This is awesome. I'm not convinced I'm going to be building it myself, but I fucking might. So Captain Howell, thank you very much for submitting. I hope you found this entertaining, or at the very least helpful. Do not put in Tidespout Tyrant in bracket 2. They will get you. They will fucking get you, all right? I will say something nice at the funeral, but it will be a funeral. Small round of applause. Thank you, Captain Howell. Very, very cute deck. My goal with this deck is to find an ability worth copying with my commander and then make as many copies as possible. What's in the water today, man? Copying my own homework. Real. This originally started with me trying to avoid Eldrazi. Now that I've gotten some testing done, I could potentially loosen that for the sake of making the deck function. But I still don't want to go crazy with them. What's this do? Peregrine Dynamo. Haste. Copy an activated or triggered ability you control from another legendary source that is not a commander. Holy Balatro, dude. This is a deck building challenge? No, you used the word challenge. Does somebody have your family in like a basement somewhere? Partially a challenge. Listen, man, not every legendary deserves to be a commander. I'm just gonna say that off rip. I think there might be something we can do here. We're probably gonna have to be bracket 3, if not bracket 4. Holy shit, Reckoner, Bankbuster, and the One Ring next to each other, and Mind's Eye. Wow, wow. Eye of Vecna. 3 mana, draw 2 cards, incredible rate. Phyrexian Arena, dead in a ditch. Okay, so we have Kozilek. We have more copies, we have mana. What are our legendary sources? Let me get a feel for what is this deck actually gonna copy. Gonna copy Vecna, Palantir of Orthanc, Apple of Eden, Shamil. All right, that's hot. The One Ring, the Endstone, but none of these triggers are very good. Like we can draw 1 extra card out the Endstone, sure. Kozilek, Lithoform, Helm of the Host, Karn. There they are. There they are. The 3 heralds of the shithead infinite apocalypse. You motherfucker. Alright. Oh, good. Good. Just right off a cliff right there at the end. I love you. I love you, brother. I don't know what you expected. Anything. Okay. Let's think about the premise. Premise alone. I'm going to do colorless legendary activated abilities. Would you like this to fall in, I guess, is this spooky because you did not feel like you could make it scary, or is this spooky because you wanted this to be a little bit too silly for scary? Is this like, oh boy howdy, I would really like this to be a Millennium Calendar deck, or is this a, oh boy howdy, this deck really does not function enough to be a bracket 4 deck? Because a core problem I can see off rip is in colorless, copying is always going to be secondary to go infinite and you guys go infinite with 1 fucking Red Bull. And I don't know how we're gonna get around that. Even with the legendary restriction, all of the best things we can do are not as good as hitting an infinite loop. And most of the things we want to do right now, the 3 threat generators, are all the Horsemen of the Infinite Loop Apocalypse. It's spooky because I'm not confident enough to call anything I build scary. Okay, well let's look at the list of effects we could copy with this guy and see if any of them are worth a goddamn. We need these to be legendary. What I like the least is that our 3 primary win conditions are things that we just loop infinitely. It's like, here's my secret family recipe for a saltine cracker. Infinite loops are fine as long as they involve copying stuff. There's a reason I'm not running senseis. Fine for you. I'm still an artist. Okay? We need this to be colorless. Activated abilities that are good. Ugin gonna mean anything. We can make 2 tutus instead of 1 tutu. Well, Cyclops, I'm not gonna yell at you for just infinites, but whenever I look at a deck, I wanna understand the specific flavor that is driving it. And right now, the specific flavor I'm getting is like a little bit worse than normal. Because I've seen a lot of colorless commanders, and I've seen a lot of colorless decks, and so I'm trying to get to the like, what are the specific interactions that we enjoy that are making us enjoy this guy more than, like, let me go on EDH Rec and see what the most common colorless commander is, because I want to find a way for this to be set apart in your mind, even if it's not set apart in other people's minds. I feel like the only reason we are not doing Marvin, like, I want to say it's Eye of Vecna, but Eye of Vecna is really second fiddle to the One Ring stuff, and like the Chameel and Eye of Vecna stuff and the Apple of Eden stuff, these feel like a distinctly different deck. These feel like, holy fuck, what is this guy doing when he lays down Apple of Eden? And then you lay down the One Ring, and then you lay down Walking Ballista, and I know what you're doing. So I'm gonna investigate for you if there's other things like these four that can get a little riz in here. Let's playtest this. One land, brilliant. We're gonna ignore the Soul Ring. So I go that, I swing, I copy, bam bam, I get 2 more lands out. This thing dies, it's no longer a creature. I get the Weatherlight out, I get the Alloy Mirror out, and I play this land that doesn't do anything. Brew of 3, huh? Equip? That is rough. That is unfortunate. Brew Weatherlight, go to combat, double the trigger. I get to check top 5 twice for a historic. I think I take Voltaic Key. I Sophie's choice right here. Holy fuck, Millennium Calendar is Super State. I take Super State. I want the deck to rip. Bottom of library. And then we put Super State on. We can't even do this because it's not a creature all the time. I put Super State on my Alloy Mirror. I can't use this fucking land yet. I guess I can use Soul Ring mana to like Voltaic Key, untap Soul Ring. I think that works. Oh, but I still have to spend the mana. Woof. Anyway, I swing this shit. I get a land to field on attack. Hold on. I get a land to field on attack. Now I tap this for 2 mana, and nothing happens because I don't have 2 uncopiers. But I copy the Super State trigger, and it deals 10 to each opponent twice. Brother, or sister, sibling, listen to me. The movement. Turn 6, by the way. Alright, I try again. I don't get Soul Ring this time, though, because I'm not a little cheater. I do that. I do... Holy shit, Scorched Ruins. I ramp. I do that, and I do Bitterthorn again. Play this. Swing this, tap this, pay that. 2 more lands coming at you. That Bitterthorn trick is nice, huh? This is dead again, but who cares? I have 2 more wastes on the field. Arch of Erazka. Or I guess I can do this sack 2, because this is 4 fucking mana, which is heinous. I play the fucking Planar Bridge. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Double Planar Bridge. I get this Kozilek. I don't need Realm Breaker at this point. I get Chameel. I go to my, I manifest 2 things. Non-legendary. So flippy. All my colorless guys are fucking huge. You cannot counter me. I'm discovering for Deck of many things, the deck rips! Oh, it's a cast trigger, not easy. Okay, whatever. We don't get the manifest. Unimportant. The guys I have on board, +3/+2, I have Chameel, I discover deck of many things, I bow. I receive my standing ovation. And then next turn, what am I doing? 2 mana tappy, 1 mana tappy. Let's roll 2 d20s because that's just what we're like. I rolled a 10. Draw 2, thank you. I rolled a 6. Return a card at random from graveyard to hand. I get a land back to hand, whatever. I'm booling, I believe, as the children say. Put this guy on, I have an extra mana floating. Oh, I could just continue planar bridging too. I genuinely, this is my vision for you. Oh, deck of many subtracts hand size from result? Okay, then that goes different. I think we dump our hand on the second one, which is fucking hilarious. But this is my earnest suggestion to you, is yes, this is now, there's a meaningful reason Peregrine Dynamo is in charge of this deck, and there is a lot of shit you get to do that you don't typically get to do in the Commander game with this. It's like, it is Balatro shenanigans. I still think there's a world where you pull off a Millennium. Can you imagine doing the do the fucking Horn of Gondor trick into Millennium Calendar. Spark some joy, spread some joy in the world. Yeah, this is my earnest recommendation. Yeah, for sure personalize it. Cause this is me throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks, but what sticks, oh boy, is it saucy. Oh boy. And I think we get to keep a lot of the, like, I think a lot of the stuff you put in the original draft gets to stay and gets to be very meaningful. Like Planar Bridge, very useful. Chamil, very useful. Karn, very useful. Vecna gets to look cool because Vecna no longer has to compete with the One Ring. I'm putting you a little bit above Captain Howl. First colorless deck, I've been like, hold on, wait a minute. So yeah, when I hate on infinites, it's because I want more decks to feel like this, where, oh my god, the Peregrine Dynamo got to do this freaky thing that only the Peregrine Dynamo can do, and maybe it terminates in an infinite. Maybe it does terminate in an infinite. That's okay, but I want this guy to be the hero, and I think he is now the hero of his own story. Oh, I kind of want to play this myself now.